Hello, Miss Frazzle. My name is Rory Gracie. I was a student of yours. 4th grade? 2008? No, of course you don't remember me. Why would you? Why would you? You didn't care about us. No, you never really did. Oh, I remember this little guy. Although after 14 years, this is probably a different iguana, right? The other one probably. Hey, buddy. How you doing? I'll get to the point. My wife, Claire, another one of your victims, I'm sorry, students, was in an accident. About 2 months ago, we were in Walmart shopping, as you do, and we came across the fish section. You know how they have the fish just lying out there whole? Well, they had some tuna out. For Claire, that reminded her of one of our fun little field trips. Remember that time? When was it? Friday, April 17th, 2009? When you shrunk us down, brought us into the ocean in your Mystic Academy train, which you had turned into a mini submarine, and we ended up in the mouth of what was to us a giant tuna fish, all because you wanted to show us algae. Well, after seeing the tuna in Walmart, Claire was so overwhelmed, she passed out and hit her head. She was in a coma for 3 weeks from looking at a fish. The hospital bills are getting to be too much. They're treating her, but by the time she's better, we won't be able to afford our rent. And our landlady's already let me slide on last month's rent because she knew Claire was injured and couldn't work. But once she found out how she got injured, understandably she had questions. So I explained everything to her. I told her that when we were kids, our teacher took us on a train that turned into a submarine because it was a Mystic Academy train and it could turn into almost anything. And you shrunk us down to ½ an inch because you were somehow capable of doing that to us. And then we ended up in the ocean and almost got eaten and digested by a tuna fish. And now she thinks I'm crazy. And she wants me out unless we pay by the end of the week. And I still can't even afford to pay last month's. We need help recovering from your abuse. I don't know what we did to deserve that kind of abuse from you. Let me ask you something, and be honest. Is this how you get your jollies? Huh? You've heard of sadism? Is that what it is? You get off on mentally scarring your students? Does it turn you on knowing that I couldn't see a tree without it being a jump scare for me for 7 years, all because on Monday, May 25th, 2009, you shrunk us down again. We went to the forest, and inside the hollow part of a tree, and while we were inside, it got chopped down, and we flew out of the tree right before it fell over. Yeah, that one took a toll on me. Do you know how hard it is to live in Georgia and be deathly afraid of trees? Or anywhere, really. They're trees. Who's afraid of trees? All we wanted you to do was teach us. That's all. Not endanger our lives every day on these field trips of yours. See, we didn't ask to be inserted inside of Harold's body and into his bloodstream to explore his respiratory system. We didn't ask to be turned into clouds while learning about the water cycle. We didn't ask to go into the ovaries of a chicken to learn about how eggs are produced. Who does that to children? And without our parents' permission yet, you just took us at your own free will. And our parents, they never believed us. They never, ever believed us. And it's a dilemma because can I even blame them? How do you tell your parents when they pick you up from school and ask how class was that you were a cloud today? You couldn't have picked up a hobby like learning to play an instrument or photography or something. You had to take us on all these field trips. We're about to be homeless because you don't know what a normal field trip is supposed to look like. What's wrong with you? Every time we got on that train, Harold would beg, saying, please let this be a regular field trip. But you never listened. You never cared. He always said how he wished he had stayed home that day whenever we were about to take a field trip. Did you not hear him? You weren't motivating us to learn. You were ruining our childhood. Saturday, October 25th, 2008. A day that we should have spent at home with our families and had brunch and played Scrabble and do all those nice, wholesome family fun time activities. But we went on a field trip with you instead. You were taking us to the planetarium, but it was closed, so naturally you shot us into space. And while we were in space, not only did you fly us way too close to the sun and almost disintegrate us all, you led us directly into an asteroid field. Right through! Those asteroids are flying right by us. One of them easily could have taken us all out. And then you landed us on Venus, otherly known as the planet with the most toxic and deadly atmosphere, filled with sulfuric acid, which you should have known, being our science teacher and all. Meanwhile, you let us run around and play with an iguana. You let us run around and play while you were talking to an iguana that you thought was talking back to you, but none of us had the heart to let you know that it wasn't, and that you were insane. And as if any of that wasn't bad enough, you left us while we were in space. We were a bunch of kids on that train, or rocket, whatever the hell it was that you turned it into, by ourselves with little 9-year-old Debbie at the wheel. And you didn't even tell us where you were. You left and gave us a riddle to try and find you. Do you know how fucked up that is? All you said was, the colder you get, the warmer you'll be. Just say Pluto. We don't know. We're 9. Just say Pluto. Do you even hear the words I'm saying right now? You brought 9-year-olds into space, abandoned them, and gave them a riddle to try and find you. And then, when we got there on Pluto, Harold thought it would be a good idea to take his helmet off and his headphones. What in the world were you doing taking 9-year-olds into space? The amount of times that I've escaped death while under your supervision is nothing short of a miracle. The sad part about all of this is that field trip was just one of many, many like it. We were in a chicken's ovaries, Miss Frazzle. Why was that my childhood? Surely by now you understand that those things aren't okay, right? It's not okay to put children through any of that. You were responsible for us and are responsible for the damage it has caused us. If we don't pay our rent or hospital bills within the week, we'll either be homeless or go into debt with the hospital indefinitely, have our credit ruined, have our insurance go up, not be able to afford rent, and then be homeless. Can you please help us? Nothing? You have nothing to say? Hello?
Oh!
Are you even listening? Can you stop cleaning those desks for 5 fucking seconds and listen? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. What the heck is bothering me? Do you have any kids in school, Miss Frazzle? Yeah? Beautiful. Imagine your kid, your little angel, your baby, going through any of that. The tuna, the space, the ovaries. You can't put kids in that kind of danger. You need to make this right. Between the therapy you've caused us to need, rent we've missed because of you, all of Claire's overnight stays at the hospital, her treatments, doctor visits, and hospital visitation parking. I need $71,000.
Oh my God.
It's a lot. I get that. It's a lot. Here's the thing. Here's what I found out. I found out you secretly recorded our field trips. You recorded them and sold them in the form of an educational TV show called The Mystic Academy Train, which you had broadcasted in other countries for teachers to show their students anywhere from kindergarten through 12th grade. You did this without us knowing, without our permission, without our parents' permission. You made millions off of us. You literally monetized children. And we, nor our parents, ever saw a cent of that. We were on TV, on YouTube, it was released on VHS, DVD, even on fucking Netflix. It was a very popular show. We were shown in the classrooms of schools all over the world for millions and millions of people to watch us. I saw them too. All 5 seasons, 12 episodes each. I watched every episode. My God, I hated that little upbeat theme song and video that played before each episode. Like, it was all just adorable fun and games. There were hidden cameras all over the train and in the classroom that we never saw. I bet I'm being watched right now. You really got all the moments, all the angles. We looked happy, but if you go back to watch the show, pause. Take a good look. You can see the fear in our eyes. And reading the reviews for the show was upsetting. Just the fact that there were reviews was upsetting. No one seemed to mind that this was happening to us. They all just enjoyed watching and even had favorite characters and episodes. But see, they don't know the actual reality of the horror show that was the Mystic Academy Train. But, you know, at least we help students pass their tests that don't matter, right? I'm so glad that Pablo can get an A on his science test at the expense of me and my classmates getting helplessly thrown around a powerful river stream while you were trying to teach us about irrigation. Then there's all these different versions of it too for non-English speaking countries. I saw translations in German, Portuguese, Swahili. It was really smart of you to not let it be released in North America. But we finally found out. Yeah, we all found out. Expect some phone calls. You made a lot of money off of us. Use the money to right your wrongs. You owe us. We were kids. You used us. You made a lot of money for yourself and are very well off. I don't know if you're still teaching because teaching is your passion. Maybe endangering other people's kids is your passion. But either way, I know you're not here because you have to be. I know you have the money. You can help us. We helped you. Unintentionally, but we did. Please, my wife's been in a terrible accident. You can try and do some good. And you're not listening! I guess there's nothing I can really do to convince you, After all, you are your own person. You can make your own decisions. I just have to accept that whether I agree or not. I can't force you to...